Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. Thought I would post this quick video to give you just a few updates. If you can believe it, so this Sunday, June 12th, you will submit, there's a couple things due. You will have your Module 4 discussion forum that's due. Remember, your first post is due this Thursday, and then 2 additional posts by Sunday. Your case study analysis for Module 4. And then don't forget that paper number 1 is due on Sunday as well. If you're in the undergraduate section, this is the only paper that you have for the whole semester. If you're in the graduate section, you have one additional paper that's due that I will post next week for the graduate students. But so don't forget that all 3 assignments are due on Sunday. But once you've turned all 3 of those assignments in, the class is halfway over. If you can believe it, it's only 8 weeks, and that'll be the completion of our 4th week. I mean, it feels like literally just yesterday we just started, having discussions, and here we are almost halfway through. So these summer sessions definitely go by quick. So, well, you've probably noticed that, in the first, in Module 1, we talked about, different, theories about diversity management, thinking about diversity, and then there was a chapter on legislation, on the different discrimination-related laws and things along those lines. So, and then modules 2, 3, and 4, we focused on individual ethnic groups. We've talked about, African Americans, Hispanics, Asian Americans, Caucasians, and this week talking about Native Americans and members of multiracial group members. So all kind of a central theme, talking about, the histories of each group and the diversity management as relates to organizations with all these different groups. Well, starting next week for modules 5, 6, and 7, we're going to have a little bit of a shift. Instead of talking about individual ethnic and racial groups, we're going to start talking about kind of, some broader topics, things along the lines of religion, age, physical appearance, weight, sexual orientation, gender identity, things along those lines. So kind of more of a focus away from racial and ethnic groups to more individual characteristics. So all related again to our overall theory of diversity management. And then in our last module, we do some global diversity as well. And then after those modules 5, 6, and 7, we're at the final exam. So a couple of you have sent a few emails asking me about the final exam, some details, et cetera, et cetera. I will post the exam on Monday of the last week, and then you will have until the following Sunday to complete it. So you'll have the whole week. It's either 2.5 or 3 hours. I'm not sure which one yet, but basically I'll put it on Canvas. You'll hit download. Once you hit download, then a clock starts, and then you will have either 2.5 or 3 hours. I'll post which one it is to answer the test, and then upload it back to Canvas. So, and every minute that you go past your allotted time, you lose points. So you want to make sure that you upload it in advance, and make sure you don't hit download until you're ready to start the exam. The exam will be taken alone, so no help from anybody. That's a big point. You have to do it alone, but you can take it anywhere you want, and you can take it any time during the testing period. It's a take-home exam, so you don't have to have like a proctor or a testing center or anything like that. You'll just download the exam, type in your answers, and then upload it back. I don't have the exam fully written yet, but again, it'll be anywhere between, I'd say, 40 to 70 questions in that general frame. It'll be a combination of short answer and multiple choice. So the multiple choice, again, pretty straightforward. Short answer, I'll ask you a short question, and then usually in several sentences you can respond. And again, each one will tell you how much each one is worth as far as points. The exam is comprehensive, so it covers all chapters that we discuss. It will only cover information from the textbook. So the case study articles that we read, none of those case study articles will be featured on the final exam. So all final exam questions will come from the textbook. So that's all you will need to study to be successful on the exam. And then, of course, any videos that I post throughout the week, none of those videos will be on the final exam either. So those are just to facilitate weekly learning, but none of those will be covered on the final exam, just the textbook. And I'll try to provide you a study guide at the end of the semester to kind of help you in your studying. So. One final note that I want to point out. Again, I will try to have all your grades posted for Module 3 tomorrow. But as one thing I want to make a note specifically about the case study articles that you've done is that to make sure that you're tying back information from the articles themselves into your analysis. So that's really what I'm looking for. So the textbook articles, the textbook that we read and the study articles that we read, tie those back into your individual articles or individual assignments, especially in the case study. That way you'll earn more points that way. So just a little feedback for you. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to let me know. Thanks everyone, and we'll talk soon.